Hi there, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And we're Untitled Network. Oh, this is
going-
episode 12 of season 10 of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Holy crap.
I'm
Like,
still getting over it.
look, I'm going to go ahead and just put this out there. This is one of my top 5 episodes of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Already easy.
Yeah.
Like, this may be the new leader. Like, this one might be the best one I've ever seen.
Not only was this, it was emotionally intense throughout the whole episode.
Yeah.
The ending just capped it off.
Like, I think there's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 140, 150 episodes of The Walking Dead at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
this episode had everything. This was just go from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there were two things, Negan and Alpha, and then, everybody was, like, looking for the kids after the
Mm-hmm.
battle was done. Hilltop
Yeah,
basically burned up.
Yeah, it was
and-
burned all to
yeah.
hell. And they went to go find Ezekiel and the children. They had a certain point they were going to meet at. And when they got there, they weren't there. And so they're like, well, what the fuck happened? And I guess they had another backup plan that we didn't know about because, like...
Or it just happened by default. Old dude was still, dude was around when, nobody was there. Ezekiel wasn't there, Daryl wasn't there, and guys like,
Well, Ezekiel knew exactly who had them.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
Ezekiel told them. That must have been a backup plan that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Because they knew exactly where to go once he said he had the kids.
And so...
Dude got bit. What's his name? Earl?
Yeah, I'm looking that up right now.
I think so.
He was one of those guys who was around all the time. I just never really knew his name.
Yeah. He was the one that had the drinking problem for a minute.
Yeah.
And he had to sober up. Oh, what's her name? That played Grace Under Fire.
Yeah.
That was her husband.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm...
Scared for a name there.
Oh,
Anyway.
crap. I'm looking at the wrong episode.
Ezekiel, he was just under some metal awning, struggling to get up. And Daryl and Jerry
Yeah. And
found him.
Wait, was it just Daryl and Jerry?
Yeah, them two left everybody else and went to look for Ezekiel. And then Ezekiel's like, oh, dude has the kids. And then they go find the kids. But, dude had been bit, and he was like, keep all the kids in there away from me, Judith, because he was going to kill himself. And he didn't hit himself straight through the head like he thought he was going to. He was too weak, is what it was.
Yeah, he killed himself, but he didn't damage his brain enough to...
Yeah. To keep him from reanimating like he wanted to.
Yeah.
And Judith had to kill the reanimated version. And that was her first experience with having to kill a walker she knew.
Yeah. And it did something to her.
It did. It bothered her. It bothered her, It's a lot to process. But I think Judith is a lot stronger than Carl was when he had to kill his mother.
Yeah, because Carl
didn't grow up in the apocalypse.
Yeah,
Judith
Carl
did.
lived most of his life up to that point in the pre-apocalyptic regular world.
Yeah.
Judith has been brought up in this. Now, I mean, Judith has had kind of a semi-sheltered existence because, it's civilization and everything. But
True.
at the same time, they do have that shadow of, zombies everywhere. I'm sure they don't just ignore it. Yeah, and she's killed
her share of walkers.
Yeah.
She even said that because, when they killed the security guards before, when they were blocking off all the roads.
Yeah.
And they had them hanging up, and who asked her? Daryl? How she felt about that? And
yeah.
She was like, oh, I've seen walkers before. He's like, yeah, but that was different.
Yeah.
And she's
That was
then
foreshadowing that we didn't pick
I
up on.
I knew that was coming. I just didn't know like who she was gonna have to re-kill, like kill the animated version of. I don't know.
So Eugene has a date, kind of. He's gonna go meet Stephanie from this other community at a certain point within a week, and they agreed on a time and a place and everything, and he's really just upset about that. The radio is pretty much destroyed in the fire, and so he's trying to he's wrestling with, I have responsibilities here, but
Carol's like, hey, go on.
Yes, yeah, Carol just straight up told him, go
do it.
Go do it. And so
he's like, okay.
Yep. So that's leading up to some really cool stuff. We have 4 episodes after this left.
Yeah.
Well, 4 episodes in the core season, and then after that they're doing
we can
these
watch the new ones.
Other ones. And from what I've been hearing, I haven't heard any spoilers on the new episodes that are coming out, but I'm hearing that they are mostly here's the thing. The next 6 that they are putting out as we speak are not, they were not originally intended to even be made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were going to do a season 11 and that was going to be it. But during the pandemic, you're going to see, they made these like during the pandemic, these next few episodes, and they weren't made, like they weren't originally planned to be part of the list. These are kind of a in between season 10 and before season 11 type stuff. So, and it's going to be mostly like origin stories and original, like it's going to be origin stories and solo adventures and stuff. You're going to see how they film these are going to be, you'll be able to tell, hey, they filmed these during the COVID pandemic because the cast is very limited and stuff like that. And I know that the very last one that's going to release here in about a month is called Here's Negan, and that just absolutely
tickles your balls.
It does, absolutely. Now,
in the words of Negan,
big news in this one, the way this episode ends is so Negan captures Lydia and then puts her in like this farmhouse and then goes and tells
he's
Alpha,
got her tied up.
Yeah.
And it looks like he knocked her out, basically. And she wakes up, and she's like, holy shit, I'm bound. I got to get out of here. Yeah.
Well, then they, like, Negan goes and tells Alpha, hey, I got your daughter, tied up at this farmhouse.
Yeah.
And so they're on their way. Negan and Alpha have really like a deep heart-to-heart. Yeah. And Negan tells Alpha about his wife, and she had died of cancer and all this, and
he's like, I've lost somebody that I loved, and
yeah, they kind of have a philosophical debate over feelings and love and life in general. Yeah, he was
like, you trying to tell me that feelings don't matter?
Yeah, he's crying during this.
Yeah, because
and it's all, I think it's all legitimate.
I think he really likes her.
Yeah,
because he can understand her.
Yeah, he understands it, but he knows that she's got to die. Like, there's no way around it.
Because...
Spoiler alert.
Right, yeah. He understands where she's coming from, but also understands she's taking it to the extreme.
Yep.
And, like he said, he got people to kneel. He had a moral code. This, that, and this, But he would have never killed his own flesh and blood.
Yep. Not to mention the fact that it's a kid, basically.
Telling her about how beautiful his wife looked while she was at her weakest.
Yep.
I think he was hoping to, because I think in Alpha's eyes, Lydia's weakest.
Yeah.
And so that's why she has to die. Well, he ain't gonna let no kids die.
Yeah, and I mean, once he started...
What's he got?
A straw wrapper.
Of course.
Okay.
Let him have it.
But anyway, they end up... Like, she ends up getting to the front door of the house, opens the door, And then about the time Lydia escapes and opens the door and it's revealed that it's two different houses, he has set Alpha up. He captured Lydia, but he put her somewhere to probably closer to one of the settlements to where she could run and get help or warn everybody or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he cuts off Alpha's head.
Yes, he slit her throat.
Yep, slit her throat, let her bleed out, cut off her head, put it in a bag, carries it off, tosses it at somebody's feet, and it pans up and shows that it's Carol.
Fucking Carol.
And Carol has been working with him the entire time, and this whole thing was a big ruse to kill Alpha, and she let Negan go do it. So I'm like,
because here's the thing.
I have so many questions.
Like, we didn't expect that coming, but it's only fitting that Carol had him do it.
Yeah.
Because she knew how tight him and Lydia were.
Yeah. And not to mention, Negan is like this universe's version of the Expendables. He's like, the guy that, they could send.
True, if he gets killed, it's no big deal.
I wonder, she had to have...
legitly, even though he was in a cell, living life, and they were basically letting him work during the day, he was content.
Yeah.
He was very content, and I think he wanted to keep that. Like, he wanted to just live out his life.
So what happened?
Not bothered.
What happened then, I wonder, to make him willing to go out, join the Whispers, put his life on the line, kill Alpha?
Lydia.
You think Carol went to him and basically is like, hey, you know what? They're going to kill Lydia unless you can get in there and do something.
Yep. I absolutely do. That is a Carol move.
I'm really hoping that we can get at least a clip of what transpired between them.
I'm sure
it wouldn't surprise me if it's the opening scene for the next episode. Right. Just to,
or hell, the first episode of these new ones that they're making.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Very
if
much.
It's like filler, basically. Background and shit, so.
So we have 4 more episodes left in the season. This is easily.
This has been the best one.
And
I don't know. I mean, watching everything unfold is going to be great. But I don't know how they're going to top this.
At this point, they don't have to. This season's a win. Yeah. I don't see them doing 12 episodes of pure gold and then just doing 4 episodes of shit
Bullshit.
To round it out. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this was an amazing
Obviously,
episode.
This is an 11, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, best episode ever, type material. And that,
so intense.
there are so many people who have sworn off The Walking Dead because they didn't like the way season 7 or season 8 went, and they quit watching it.
Or they've strayed so much from the comics,
Yeah, I mean, there's just little chips away at, the audience, and I'm telling people, everybody that I've talked to who was like, oh, I don't watch that anymore. They pissed me off, 3 seasons ago. I'm like, look, here's a few episodes of season 7 to watch. You could watch a 20-minute recap of season 8 on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Start watching it season 9 and, tell me that this show is not some of the best it's ever been from then to now. Mm-hmm. Because the Whisperers are the breath of fresh air that this show needed. And they got somebody new in here to run the show, give that a breath of fresh air. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a perfect mix of just story to adapt from the comics, people to run the show, new ideas, and stuff like that. And it's just
great.
This is like a whole new show. This is the best. This is the best that The Walking Dead has ever been.
I agree. It's the equivalent of Elvis's '68 comeback special,
I mean, pretty much. It is. The Walking Dead right now, as of season 10, episode 12, is the best that it's ever been in the entire 10-season run of the show. It is. Yeah. I'm really, really happy that we are back watching it. Like, it makes me just want to start subscribing to AMC Plus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because The Walking Dead, and I'm curious to see where they're going to go. I'm curious as to where they're going to go with the like the movies and some of the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, I'm going to want to watch the other shows and kind of get caught up on, because they're getting to the point where, like, they have a show like that other newest one that's come on that I can't remember the name of. They have Fear the Walking Dead, which, as far as I know, is coming to an end. This
excuse me.
Next season is going to be it for Fear the Walking Dead. But all these shows are coming together to like a big point at some point with the Rick Grimes movies, because all the other shows have these little Easter eggs and hints and stuff that's supposed to lead in, and all these shows are gonna come together for those movies. And so I'm kind of curious as to what's going on with them. But anyway, yeah, this episode was solid gold.
Yeah.
So 11's across the board, and that's going to be it for this one. All right, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. We'll be back next time for season 10, episode 13. This next one is called What We Become. Michonne takes Virgil back to his island to find his family. In exchange, Virgil offers weapons.
Oh, shit.
I cannot wait, because that is probably, like, I said, Michonne's last episode of the series, and that might be it. Who knows?
Mm.
But yeah, it's gonna be something else.
Wow, yeah.
Woo! All right, well, we'll see y'all next time. Can't wait.